I am going to be doing another Traitors recap. I am doing this because it was requested by one person and because this is my favorite content to make, one of my favorite types of content to make. I was like, yeah. So thank you to that literal one person who asked for this video. This is for you. Okay, so let's just get into it. I can't remember exactly where I had left off, but I'm going to be talking about the last 2 weeks. So there's a new episode airing, I think, Wednesday, like tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know exactly when it airs. I always watch it on Fridays. But we're going to be talking about the last 2 episodes. Okay, so let's get into it. I have so many thoughts and feelings. Peace and love, respectfully, to Rob, because I will be pooping on him this entire video. I think I probably pooped on him the last video too, because he just literally sucks. Okay, so I do have notes that I might have to look at, but okay, let's just get into it. So that episode, I actually can't remember at this point what really transpired. I know Lisa had left, Lisa Rinna, R.I.P., had left the episode before, and that put Candace into some hot water. Also, trigger warning, spoiler alerts, obviously. I'm catching us up to the present moment, so if you are a few episodes behind or whatever, just don't watch. Anyways, okay, so yeah, Lisa Rinna's gone at this point, and unfortunately, Candace, who, like I had said in my last video, I love so much and thought she was playing an excellent game, she voted, she did a throwaway vote to Rob, okay? This was a mistake. I know probably just in the moment she was like frustrated with Rob for, you know, calling Lisa out and just kind of wanted to like show her loyalty to Lisa by voting for him. And again, she didn't want to vote Lisa, didn't want to vote Natalie. I had felt, I can't remember if I said this in my last episode video, so these aren't episodes. Sorry if I did, but I just thought that she could have went about voting for Rob in a completely different way. I feel like, because it obviously casted suspicion on her, like why she would throw that vote away, but I really felt like she could have explained herself out of it. I feel like she could have said, like, because she did kind of say this, like she was like, I was gonna vote for Natalie, but then Natalie convinced me otherwise. And I feel like she just could have elaborated on that a little bit more, and she could have said, like, I was going to vote for Natalie, but, you know, she's really convincing. I now don't know if she is, and I didn't want to just cast my vote on her just because. And then I didn't want to then just go for the next person that everyone is pooping on, because what good does that do? The whole point, I feel, is to vote for who you think is the traitor. And so if you don't think Lisa's a traitor, then you're not going to vote for her. But she didn't really like fight that hard, I feel. And then the fact that then she in the episode 2 weeks ago, she did actually start coming after Rob. It did look suspicious, because it's like, own it then. Don't say it's a throwaway vote if you're suspicious of him. Or again, she should have explained that better. Maybe she didn't, it just got edited out, but I think she should have been like, yeah, it was a throwaway vote until it wasn't, because of these new things that happened as of yesterday or today or whatever. So I felt like that was a mistake on her part, and I think that her not having enough, you know, evidence on why she made these moves is what ultimately cost her in the end. But yeah, voting for Rob was definitely a huge mistake. Okay, but what I was obsessed with from her in that episode was that obviously now suspicion is cast on her. But what I do like is that she knew as soon as Rob had betrayed Lisa Rinna that there was no longer an allegiance between her and Rob. She like knew that, you know. I feel like some people would have still trusted in Rob, especially because he's such a smooth talker, and you can see that throughout the season, that everyone believes Rob no matter what he says, no matter how suspicious it is, which I'll get to in a second. But what I like is that she didn't. She was like, no, we're done. And I liked that she was, you know, she kind of doubled down. She's like, if you're gonna go after me, I'm gonna go after you. So it put Rob in a spot where it's in his best interest not to push for Candace. In the end, he still did vote for her, which I obviously understand from his perspective. She was suspicious, and I like totally get that. But I did like how she, in order to preserve herself, did tell him like, I'm gonna go for you too. And I think that was a really good move, even though Rob tried to gaslight the poo-poo, sorry I keep using that word, but I don't think I can say the other one. Even though he gaslit her to the extreme. And Rob is such a red flag to me. I see right through his bull poop in the fact that he was acting like, okay, well, fine. If Candace wants to go for me, I'm going to go for her. Please, you were already going for her. Without a doubt, you were already going for her. So don't make it seem like just because now that she said that she's going for you, that, you know, all bets are off. All bets were off when you started gunning for Lisa Rinna. And we saw him going for Candace too. He was putting it out there to his little, you know, group of people that like all knew that he had that extra vote or whatever, that like sword. They like have like some sort of alliance. He had said to all of them like, ooh, this is suspicious of Candace. And like, oh, you know, who suspected Candace was so and so or whatever. He was already putting it out there. So for him to make it sound like he's only going to start going after her because she's going after him, no, that's such a lie. Anyways, and I love that she saw that, and I felt like that was nice for her to kind of tie his hands behind his back and just say like, you can't go after me, but oop, I was gonna use a bad word there. Anyway, okay, moving on. Okay, yeah, so then another, you know, thing that Candace did that was not the greatest move was at the round table. She started going after Rob, which she kind of hadn't expressed, you know, throughout the day that she was doing that. It kind of was just like sprung on everyone at the round table, which I thought was a risky move, because for everyone to go in not even thinking Rob, and for Candace to sway everyone's vote, and you know, half the people love Rob and like want to S his D, that wasn't probably gonna work. So I thought that was kind of not the greatest move. And then her reasonings on top of that weren't super strong and just kind of came out of nowhere. It seemed like she was grasping at straws. Obviously he is a traitor, so she had good reason to throw him under the bus for being a traitor, because he literally is. But I think that, you know, it just wasn't like, it wasn't great. Like, oh, he was fumbling at breakfast. I don't think she should have started with saying that, because what am I hearing? Pardon me. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, where was I? Yeah, okay, so her going after him about breakfast, I feel like that was just like, I don't know, he could easily explain that away. Like, oh, Colton was my best friend, so I was just like a bit fumbly, whatever. Like, I'm a klutzy guy, whatever he said. He's just so annoying. But then she had said something else that like was suspicious of him. But anyways, it just wasn't enough. I'm really sad for her. No one was suspecting her, truly. So yeah, okay. I also want to mention Moira, what is her name? Moira? Anyway, she is such a pick-me. Be more boring. Be more of a sheep. Be more of Rob's little minion. Because truly, I don't think one time she's had her own opinion, and it's whatever Rob's opinion is, she's like, yeah, no, for sure. It's like, girl, have a thought to yourself, babe. That's how I feel about her. I'm not a fan. She's gorgeous, so I love that for her. But other than that, she she's really just a puppet in this game. She's not a leader, but that's okay. You know, it helps Rob a lot. Okay, another thing, and yeah, he's definitely just using her, obviously, as a vote. And again, he knows that, like, it's like she's just playing exactly into his hand. I just have such a problem with him because he acts so innocent and he acts so oblivious, but like he knows exactly what's going on and he is so ruthless. And that, I guess, makes him a good traitor. Like, obviously he's playing the game really, really well, but yeah, I do just have a problem. Like, own it. Like, own that what you did was sucky to Lisa and to Candace, and, you know, just say, like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it to the end. Like, I just think that he's just trying to play both sides and he's being cutthroat, but everything he's saying doesn't match his actions. And that, like, oh, well, like, I don't know, like, I had to. It's like, no. Anyway, another thing. This isn't very ASMR, I'm sorry. I just like discussing this and then I forget that this is an ASMR channel, so my bad. Another thing, Kristen. I need to talk about Kristen. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, so now, yeah, we're in new episode now. So Candace gets voted out. She's a traitor. Okay, yes, this is what I wanted to say earlier. She's a traitor. What blows my mind is that no one, after that whole Candace debacle, is suspecting Rob. I think the dancer guy had said something to Kristen. I don't even know his name. Like, has he spoken the entire episode? The guy that's on, like, Dancing with the Stars? I genuinely don't know his name. But anyways, he had said, I think it was him, had said something to Kristen about Rob, and she was like, oh, no, Rob is so solid. No, Rob is so solid. Like, he's definitely a faithful. And it's like, truly every faithful is at this stage in the game out to lunch so bad at this game. Like, I'm just like shocked that no one, not one single person, clocked that whole debacle between Candace and Rob as traitor on traitor. That was so obvious to me. As if no, unless they just aren't airing this part. But I feel like usually at this stage in the game, there's at least 1, 2, maybe 3 people who are like on to that one person that no one else is on. And they have to be really quiet about it because if they say something, then they know they're going to get murdered. So they have to like quietly get enough people that they trust to like be on board and then kind of ambush them. And I can't even believe that not for 1 second he has been on anyone's radar, especially after the whole thing with Candace. Like, that was so obviously traitor on traitor. Why isn't anyone thinking, oh, that's so strange that Candace twice at 2 roundtables voted for Rob? And Rob was so confident that Lisa Rinna was a traitor, and she was. Is no one thinking like, oh, that's a bit suspicious? Like, everyone this season is just like going on vibes. And I think that's what happened is at the start, Donna, R.I.P., when she got out and she was a traitor, everyone was like, oh, I feel like Donna's a traitor. I just feel like she is. Like, I just feel like she is. And it's like, first of all, obviously Donna's a traitor. You would make someone so sweet and cute like that a traitor because people would love to see that. So like, duh. But then they use that to be like, wow, I was right. So now I can just go off of vibes for all the other traitors. And I could just like, I just like really feel that like when Kristen's like, no, like I'm just like still thinking Colton. Like I'm just like, it's like every person that Kristen says, like, I'm just getting that vibe. It's like, no, like you're just wrong. Like Johnny. And then like Johnny's figure skating psychic, I don't remember her name, sorry. Like all these people that they just like, oh, Tiffany, they had big feelings about Tiffany. It's like, guys, come on. Like at this point in the game, we're not going on vibes anymore. Like, yeah, for sure, week 1 or day 1, day 2, that's all you have to go on. So that's what you have to go on, is who you just like think is being suspicious. But now we need to look at evidence. And the whole theme of this, I feel, has been like, all right, we need to start, at least once Colton left or once Tiffany left or around that time, everyone was like, okay, we need to go after the people who we aren't suspecting. And for some reason, that's not Rob, even though none of them are or have been suspecting Rob. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, oh my gosh. And just the confidently incorrectness of these people. and like their little clicks, like just so cringe. Kristen saying like, oh yeah, no, Rob is so solid, Rob is so solid. It's like, no, he's really not solid. He's actually playing you. And so every time they like use their feeling to get someone out, they're just like, I knew it, I'm the best. It's like, oh my god, we need to start looking at evidence. Okay, what else? Okay, no, I guess that's it. So who left? Was it the figure skater? I honestly can't even remember. Oh no, Steven. It was Steven. Is anyone else getting Steven mixed up with the Steven from Laguna Beach? They look identical and they have the same name, but it's a different person. I'm so weirded out by that. I've never watched like One Tree Hill or whatever he's on, so I like don't know him at all. But when I first saw him, I was like, oh, is that Steven Coletti? And then it wasn't. And I was like, how coincidental that he looks just like him and his name is Steven. So that's weird. But anyway, I guess that's all. Yeah, I could like see how they wanted to get Steven out because of the whole Lisa Rinna coin thing. But again, that's just so basic. Like, guys. Anyway, this season honestly sucks. Number one, because I hate Rob, and number two, because no one is like on to them. Or Rob, I guess. Oh yeah, and then he recruited Eric, which I loved Eric's reaction more than anything. I thought that was so cute and wholesome. But yeah, now, yeah, he's, and again, I just hate like the good luck that Rob is getting. Like, I feel like half this game is luck, and he's so lucky that Eric also, I guess, isn't that good of a trader. Yeah, again, all these people just aren't good at traders. I think that's the problem, is they should have had a gamer as a trader and they didn't. And I think it would just make the season more interesting, because I feel like Rob is actually, you know, obviously the smartest trader, which I hate to say, but he is. And so I think it's like, it's just playing into his hand that all the other traders like are messing up in a really big way. And the fact that now Kristen and Dancer Guy is on to Eric over just like the fact, oh, that's another thing, is that the fact that Rob convinced Eric to vote for Steven after all day they were going to vote for Johnny. I wish more than anything that Eric used his own brain and didn't just, again, be a minion to Rob. Like, Rob has so much influence over the house and is in such a good position. Like, if he doesn't win, I would be shocked, truly shocked. And honestly, as much as I hate him, I do kind of want him to win, because if he wins, then it feels like, yeah, faithfuls, you guys did a bad job. You do not deserve to win. Like, if they win, they're going to think that they played a great game, and they absolutely didn't. So I really want them to know that they played a bad game. But anyway, yeah, so that kind of really worked out for Rob, that Eric, you know, followed Rob for no reason, made himself look suspicious. And of course, Kristen and Dancer picked up on that, and now here we are. He's gonna be, there's a few people in line to be questioned at the round table, and none of them are Rob. So unless he does something really crazy to mess this up, he's definitely making it to the end without a doubt. Like, there's Johnny, figure skater girl, Eric, all these people I think they would vote for before they ever voted for Rob. And I think even like Moira or whatever, like they would all vote for other, like Natalie, I think they would vote for any of these people out before they vote for Rob. So yeah, just sad. Anyways, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.